Nearing the end of the trade window this past season, the Suns owner and front office did what I'd consider to be sacrilegious. They decided to shop Kevin Durant on the open market. When their attempts to move KD failed and the dust settled, it made me think on a few things. One, was it really a bad idea for the Suns to want to move on from KD? Two, did the Suns forever damage their relationship with KD? And three, will they and should they try again to move him this summer? Leave a like, hit the sub button, and let's dive into all the things surrounding the Kevin Durant and Phoenix Suns situation. So, do the Suns really want to trade KD? Or are they just trying to stir the pot before the 2025 playoffs? I think on a scale of 1 to 10 of how much they really wanted to trade him, I'd put it at right around just a little bit. It's understandable that they feel the need to shake up the roster. I mean, the team has been trash with their performance over the past few years. But I'm not quite sold on it being the best move. Yes, KD's age makes him a poor choice for a franchise to want to build around at this stage of his career, but the Suns can try to rebuild around Devin Booker. Hopefully, if they do this, they'll get pieces that fit together better than what they have right now. Because if done correctly, the Suns can actually get back a ton of pieces from a KD trade. It all depends on what they need. I'll revisit that later in the video. But before we get there, we have to answer the following question. Does it make sense for the Suns to trade Kevin Durant? The team is performing woefully, but KD is balling. Their loss record has absolutely nothing to do with easy money sniper. Wouldn't it then stand to reason that the other guys playing trash on the roster need to go and not KD? Unfortunately, the NBA isn't as straightforward as that. It takes a ton of effort, smart moves, and even luck to build a championship caliber team. One of those smart moves may in fact be moving KD for the right pieces to build on the roster. Like, wouldn't it be great if they could build around Booker and Durant, or even Booker, KD, and Beal? I personally don't think Beal is the problem and is being scapegoated. Anyway, that's another topic for another time. If the Suns do decide to move the others for building pieces around Booker and Durant, it's going to be a whole lot harder and take a whole lot longer. They'll have to find cheap pieces, either via draft or trade, who can come in and learn to contribute quickly and effectively. Someone similar to an AR-15 for the Lakers or Derek White for the Celtics. Those are two guys that those teams got relatively cheap who became almost immediate big-time contributors. So, to answer the question, does it make sense to move Durantula? Well, what do the Suns want to do in the immediate future is the question. If they want to stay in be in contention next season, their best bet is to either find compatible pieces that can complement their stars or trade KD for a player that's better than Booker. I think Phoenix's best chance of getting back to the finals is with Booker as their second option. The front office should make an intentional decision to either go for a championship run or cut their roster spending and head for the lottery. It makes no sense for the Durant, Beal, Booker Suns to be a mediocre team that always hovers around the play-in. Because the question is, what trades would the team need to entertain in order to accomplish either of these goals? Any team interested in taking KD in exchange for one or a few of their star players would have to be a team that KD is willing to get traded to, or he'd just simply leave like Kawhi after his contract was done. So who are the potential trade partners that could give the Suns the best packages? We can't think over-the-top trades like LeBron, Tatum, or Jokic, but after the Luka trade, is anything really off the table? My top 5 picks I see are Oklahoma City, Memphis, San Antonio, Cleveland, or Boston. And I got a reason for each. Let's start off in OKC. The Thunder could offer the Suns a mountain of trade picks and young talent. That means Phoenix would have to reset their championship window, but they'd have some great pieces to build upon. The Grizzlies also have enough young players and draft picks that could give the Suns a decent young core to work with. The Spurs, well, the Spurs have Wemby. They need to be doing everything they can to start pumping out championships ASAP. And that may mean trading for KD to pair him with Wemby and Fox. On the East Coast, the Celtics have a mix of vets and young pieces that they could offer the Suns for KD, and the Cavs are also capable of offering one heck of a package for the superstar. It is important to note that if the Suns move KD to a team in the West, they should also just ship out D-Book and start over. Here's the thing, trading KD to a major contender in the West and then trying to face off against them is just not going to happen. The Suns are likely not getting a ready-made superstar in exchange for him, so it's best to just hit the little pinhole reset button at the back and hold it for 30 seconds. Book is 28 and isn't getting any younger. If they trade KD for young talent and draft picks, they can also do the same for Devin Booker. This puts them in rebuild mode, allows them to get a bunch of salaries off the books, and build out a proper roster on a long-term timeline. Similar to how Boston, OKC, Houston, and the Cavs have been building. Actually, wait, this just crossed my mind. Wouldn't it be must-see NBA if Phoenix sent Devin Booker to Houston and KD to OKC? Let me know in the comments who you'd trade for from the Rockets and Thunder for KD and Booker. Anyway, sending them out somewhere in the East provides different opportunities. They could realistically get back adequate pieces to pair with Booker and wouldn't have to worry about facing a KD-strengthened team in the playoffs, at least not until the finals. But there's still one question that we can't skim over with all of this. Does Kevin Durant want to be traded? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd put him at least a little bit. I know KD has been doing his job 100%, showing up and showing out. It can't be encouraging to know that you are doing what you're getting paid to do, and yet the front office wants to trade you. KD has 1 season left on his current contract, and if I were him, I'd welcome a trade to a better situation. What do y'all think? Does it make sense for KD to pull up the stakes again and hit the road? Personally, I think it might work out to be a blessing in disguise if he does get traded to an actual contender, one with a proper roster and a proper coach. He's still balling at an elite level, so he'll be a plus, a huge plus to any organization that knows what it's doing. The only problem I can see in such a situation is KD getting traded, winning a championship, and then airheads trying to fault him for winning a championship on a better team. If he's traded, I'd love to see him paired with Wemby. Or dang, I forgot about Ant-Man and the T-Wolves. Things could really get interesting if he lands there. Who do you think has the best package to offer the Suns for KD? Tell me in the comments, and until the next one, peace.